create a list of items within a dictionary. So the key crust has one item in it, thick, and toppings we have mushrooms and cheese in a list. So we're going to move away from pizza toppings because I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why they use toppings so much. I guess it's just an easy thing to use in this book. But we're going to go back to favorite languages. We're actually going to just overwrite favorite languages.py. And we're going to go back to working with this. So we've got fav_languages. And within this, we're going to have a couple languages for some people. So we've got Jen, and she has a list of favorite languages. She has Python and Ruby. Then we have Sarah. She has a list of favorite languages, but it's just one item. So we've got C. Edward. Oops, forgot to put quotes around Edward. Edward has two favorite languages. He has Ruby and Go. I've actually never heard of Go. And then finally we have Phil. And Phil has two favorite languages as well, Python and Haskell. Out of all these, yeah, Go is, I'm gonna have to look that one up. All right, so we're going to be going through, we're going to use a for loop to go through a list of all these languages and print them out in a nice, neat order. So for name and language, or I guess languages, because there's multiple for some of them, in favorite lang.items. So items, if you remember, calls both the key and the value. We're going to print. We're going to do a new line for each one of these. We're going to put in our format function name.title, so everyone's name is capitalized. Favorite languages are, put a colon here, and then we're going to do a for loop for language in language. For language and languages, we're going to print, if I could spell, for language and languages. So we're going to be looking at each of these items. So we're going to be looking at all of these values, and for every value inside of this list, we're going to create another variable called language. So for language inside our group of languages, we're going to print format again, and we're going to tab our languages to make them come out a little bit nicer and a little bit more orderly. We're going to put language.title. So all these languages are going to be capitalized. And then that should be it. So whenever we run this, invalid syntax. Oh, I always do this. I always forget the commas. Luckily, this isn't like JavaScript where there are semicolons literally everywhere. So here we go. So you just want to make sure you always get your syntax right. Something I need to work on myself. But we're going to take a look at all of these little things here. So a new line. So we got a new line just going to create here. It goes down to a new one. It says Jen, which is where we put in our name.title. Favorite languages are, and then for language and languages. So it does this loop, and then within this loop, there's another loop, another for loop. So it's going to do both of these for loops. And it's going to list out her favorite languages, Python and Ruby. Sarah's is just C. Edward has Ruby and Go. Phil has Pascal and Python. So that's out. That's just using multiple for loops. You can nest. That's called nesting whenever you put a list inside of a dictionary. Python doesn't recommend that you nest everything too deeply because it can get complicated. If you have too many dictionaries nested inside of dictionaries and lists inside of those dictionaries, you kind of want to avoid doing that. But we're going to move on to a new program called mini_users.py. And we're going to start with our users. Oops, I need to type on the screen, I guess. Users. And for our list of users, we're going to have our boy Einstein, A. Einstein, spell that right. Put some quotes around it, you filthy animal. All right, and then that is our key, and within this, we're going to have a dictionary associated with this user. So we're going to have, you don't have to put the tabs and things like that like I did, it's just cleaner to type it this way. First name is going to be Albert. Last is going to be associated with Einstein, quotation mark sec. And then we're going to have location, Princeton. Not Princeton, West Virginia, for anyone from West Virginia. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he ever went there. We're going to have another famous scientist, M. Curie. I'm not a big science person, honestly. I mean, I find it interesting, but I've never really studied too much about it. So I know that Marie Curie is very famous, but I honestly, that's what I forgot, commas. I honestly couldn't tell you what she's famous for. I think it was something to do with chemistry of some sort, but I don't remember exactly what she did. Curie, and location, she's from Paris. Einstein wasn't from Princeton, I don't believe. Just so we're clear. Oh, and I messed up. So up here I actually put parentheses where it should be curly brackets. So delete that. Come down here. See, I make tons of mistakes. And then we're going to get outside of our dictionary now. So we're going to do for username and user underscore info. So we're creating two variables, a username and user info in users dot items, because we're going to be looking at the keys and the values for each of these. Print. I'm very flattered that these people would use my application. Print username is going to be username. So we're using the format function again. Full underscore name, we're creating a new variable called full name equals using the format again, we're going to put user info dot title, and then wait a second. No, we are not going to do user. So I'm doing this completely wrong. So we're putting user info, and then we're going to put what type of user info we want in this. So we're not going to use parentheses here. We're going to use our brackets to show that we're going to be looking for user info. And under this username, we're going to be looking for first and last. So we're going to put what we're actually looking for. So we're looking for first. Let me put this, because our user info here, so our username is this, and then user info comes down here. So we're looking for that user info, which is going to be used as our key here, and then the value of it. And then we're going to have user info. And here we want, last. So let's just run that really quick. We need to put a for username where there's an error. Why am I getting an error? Am I missing? Yes, I am. Missing a curly bracket there. There we go. So my curly bracket for my format wasn't closed off, so that's why I kept getting that error. Then we're going to location equals creating a new one, user info location. All right. Now we are going to print out our information. So we're going to use this again. We're going to do tab. I'm going to put full name. We're going to put full name dot title. So both words are going to be capitalized when we do this. And then we're going to do print. We're going to, put a tab again. Put the location, which will be location dot title. I see there was an error though. Where is T location? Oh, I see. It showed T location just because we had the T here. So when we run this, okay, we're gonna get an error. I forgot to put, did I forget to put commas? No. Maybe here? Yeah. So since I created a dictionary, this is one item inside a dictionary, and then this dictionary exists inside of it. So I needed to separate these items within this own dictionary. So I needed a comma here as well. So we need commas everywhere. So our username, if you look here, it prints out username equals username. So username is a variable that we assigned up here. It's going to be looking in users. So the first thing inside of it is going to be the key. So it looks inside of users. It goes for Albert Einstein. Then for the user info, the value of that, the user info here, if you look, we have information inside of each one of our, we have a dictionary of those information inside of here. So you want to put the key of what you're looking for. So this is actually, if you wanted to be technical with this, you could put, this is user info.keys, I believe, and it would still work. No, keys is not a not subscriptable. Okay. So we're going to put user info, you're going to put the key that you're looking for. So we're looking for key first, and then here we're looking for key last. So we're printing out the first name, then the last name, and location, we're looking for user location, and that assigns it to location, that assigns this to the full name. So whenever we print here, we get our new full name variable, we title it, and we get Albert Einstein capitalized and Mary Curie. I think she called Madame Curie, is what she's famously known as. All right, so that is pretty much the end of chapter 8. I'm going to go through a list of dictionaries, and I'm just going to do one more of the little practice problems it has. This has 4 or 5, or I think it's got 6 of them at the end of each section. No, not 6 total on each section, just a number of them. This one has 6. I'm just going to run through one of them, and you guys can see me struggle a little bit because I'm not the best programmer, and I'm learning just like you guys are. So we're going to go with cities.py. All right, so it's telling me to make a dictionary called cities. All right. And use the name of 3 cities as my key. All right, so let's do, I really like Amsterdam. It's a nice city. We'll use that as a key. And we'll use, where's another cool city? Tokyo. Tokyo's a fun city. And then I also liked San Diego. Sure, we'll do San Diego. All right, so we made 3 cities. Those are my keys. And create a dictionary of information about each city. So if we look here, back to many users, going back to previous programs is something you're going to be doing a lot to get used to doing this. So creating a dictionary of information, it wants us to list the population, the country that it's in, and then a fact about that city. So if we look here, our dictionary would be, instead of first, last, location, we put population, location, or country, I guess is what we're going to use, and then fact. So, I'm going to make this population, number of dogs in the city, that'd be a good one. I considered it. Population, put a comma here because I'm gonna have to look up this stuff. Let's see, population, the country. Amsterdam is in. I'll just put Holland instead of the Netherlands. Same thing. And what was it? Fact. Put a fact about this city. Actually, let's do Rotterdam because I already know a fact about Rotterdam. It has the largest seaport in Europe. There you go. A little fact about Rotterdam. Alright, Tokyo. Population. I think it's like 13 million or something. Something's crazy high. Country. Japan. We're putting everything in lowercase because I think we're going to title everything. Then fact about Tokyo. We'll look up just some unique facts because I don't know any as cool as the biggest seaport. And San Diego. I think San Diego has the world's largest zoo, or it's like the #1 zoo or something like that. Alright, so we'll do same thing. We'll do population. I could have just copied all of this, but I'm in no rush. Country. Commas, Zach, commas. And fact. Alright, so we're going to do some research really quick. I'm going to put up population of Tokyo. Yeah, 14 million. Holy shit. So population is going to be stored as an integer. So integers, this is something I didn't discuss before. It's really hard for us to read a bunch of zeros, right? Like we normally want it broken up by commas, but they don't use commas. They use underscores. So 14,000 million. And I think that's pretty much good enough for that. Let's see. Let's just look up facts about Tokyo. Kamala Harris, she's super popular right now. It's the largest metropolitan in the world. I knew that, but that one's boring. It already has the crazy. Let's find out another one. Tokyo was formerly known as Edo. Okay. Did not know that. It was formerly known as Edo. Let's find out the population of Rotterdam. 620,000. So go up here, population restored as an integer, 620,000. What? Okay. San Diego. 1.4 million. Tokyo's got them all beat. 1,400,000. Country, USA. Fact about San Diego. Facts about San Diego. Yeah, we'll use this one. That seems different. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and turn on indentation and my ruler. I hate that this isn't just saved by default. All right, so we've got our information about our cities. Now, what does it want us to do? The keys for each city's dictionary should be something like, okay, print the name of each city and all the information you have stored about it. Okay, so for city and info in cities.items, we're going to first we want to print out the city. Print format city, put in here city.title. And since we've done that, we'll go ahead and run our program. Let's see, we got an error. I forgot to put a comma, I bet. Yes, I did, because I'm awful. Clean that up just a little bit. Let's try it now. All right, cool. So we got our cities. We got our first step done. Now we want to print out the information about each of these. So print. Man, my dog is snoring. Let's put for population equal info dot population. Right? Is that how you do it? Let's go back here. Location equals user info dot location. Looks about right. Country equals info, not USA, country USA, and then fact equals info. Sorry, brain went dead for a second. Fact. So print population population fact, right? No, what am I doing? Population dot. Okay, we don't need that title because population is a integer, so that function wouldn't work. So print, let's try country, and we want country here, dot title, actually we'll do an if statement, if country equal USA, because we want to capitalize it, right? Print country dot upper, right? It's because we want an if statement to say what to do if we are capitalizing USA, since it is typically capitalized, since it's a 3-letter acronym. So we're going to print country.upper, else print this. All right, I'm going to give it some space here. Let's run that real quick. Print f. What do we got? We got a problem. An expected indented block. It's already indented. Line 33. Oh, there we go. There we go. So that actually works so far. The only thing I would like to do is let's do a new line so it's cleaner, and we'll do tabs here. All right. And print some facts, like how Dwight Schrute would drop some facts on people. A very we're not going to title that. We're just going to San Diego is one. All right. That goes a little bit past what we want, but that's okay. Rotterdam has the largest seaport in Europe. San Diego is only one of 2 places. Okay. Print fact. We're going to tab at fact. We can do that. There we go. So we've got some nice information here. We've got city, Rotterdam. We printed out our population, our country, and a fact about it. All nice and clean. And we even got USA capitalized. Go us. Okay, so that is it for chapter 6. My next chapter is going to be 7, obviously. And this is where we're actually going to take some user input and mess around and do some while loops. So that is it for now. Thanks for watching.